Good evening, State of the Federation viewers, and welcome to State of the Federation. I need to work on that intro a little bit more, but welcome back to your one-stop shop for all the strategy of Star Trek Attack Wing on the web or anywhere, because we're awesome. But yeah, welcome back. Tonight we got a great show for you. We'll be looking at the grand prize for the Resistance is Futile series. It's going to be TAC Cube 001. We'll also look at how we're going to get there by going through some strategies for Resistance is Futile 2. And we'll take a look at the last regional event winning list that we didn't get a chance to last week because of time constraints. The Federation 720 build. 2 ships with 360 arcs equals 720. I thought it was clever. Come on, guys.
I like it.
And of course, with me are my generous co-hosts. We have David. David, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Will. Thanks for having me back.
Cool. Well, you haven't made fun of the goatee yet, so I mean, you're in very short supply around here.
I like the goatee.
And of course, we also have the wonderfully helpful Tucker. Tucker, how are you doing today?
We are the Borg. The Borg are amazing.
That was different. Hello, Tucker Borg. Sounds like someone's been playing with some new sound audio a little much lately. Also, love the new icon. It's hilarious. Are you there? Did we lose him? We might have lost him a little bit, but that's okay. We can keep going. David, you're still with me, right?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now. Good old
Sorry,
Brian.
yeah. So basically, for everybody at home who's a sound engineer, I decided that instead of buying a $25 mixing board, I was going to buy $30 of splitter cables from Radio Shack. I'm sure you all know how that went. Which meant that I can do occasionally cool sound effects, just not really efficiently.
The Borg are having some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
assimilated a bug.
That never happens in the show.
Oh, also, by the way, before I forget, I have a friend with me today. Not like on the show, but he's in the room. So if you hear him yelling at Dynasty Warriors, that's what's up. But he's from Australia, so it'll be funny.
I love that game.
Please don't say that out loud, Hobby. Anyway.
All right then. Are ready to get started with this whole shebang?
Yeah, let's do it.
If I can find the right folder that I put all these in. Uh-oh. So to start off with, we're going to be looking at Tactical Cube 001. This was spoiled by Terry just last week or so, because we helped her with the what was it? Child's Play charity? Or,
Yes. Extra Life.
Extra Life.
Yeah, that's the one.
So she broke her charity goal, so yay. Good job there.
Yay.
So now we have a preview that we get to look through right now instead of later this month. So if I can find it, there it is.
Sorry, one more quick audio test. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Good. All right, we're good.
All right, so Tactical Cube 001. This is the grand prize for the entire Resistance is Futile series. And it's a tactical cube. Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting now that we can only run 50 points worth of ships, and this one's 44.
Or 46 for the unique.
Yeah, because I really want to run this unique, Will.
But
Tell me about this unique.
well, the unique has the same slots and stats as Cube 138. 6 attack, 0 agility, 9 hull, 8 shields. 2 Borg slots, tech, 2 weapons, and a crew. Special ability. When defending during the compare results step, you may discard up to 3 of your Borg upgrades. Cancel 1 hit or crit result for each upgrade you discard with this card.
Or I could run Borg Blade of Hull Armor.
Yeah.
This is so bad. Borg
bright side-
upgrades are the best Borg upgrade. I mean, that I know that sounds tautological, but like the best upgrade options that the Borg have available to them go in the upgrade slot, including one that already cancels 3 hits worth of attacks.
There is something to be said, though, especially with the new point restrictions for going for some of the 1 or 2 point Borg upgrades, including
like
Dispersion Field or Hive Mind. Is that a Borg one?
Yeah. But you're really gonna tell me you're gonna toss Dispersion Field out the window to cancel a hit?
There's also recycled parts, I believe, or scavenged parts. That's only 2 points. There's something that came with one of the prizes that was like 2 points. When you discard an upgrade, you heal a point of damage to your hull.
Oh yeah, that's the regeneration sequencers.
But that's 5-point cost.
Yeah, and it means it's another thing you can't discard. So you've got scavenged parts. Actually, you know, that's a little bit synergistic. Scavenged parts is whenever you discard an upgrade, you get drones back, right? Okay, so wait. We're working with 8 points here because of the rules. So we got scavenged parts, hive mind, and regeneration sequencers is exactly 8 points. So no captain for you.
Except you only have 2 Borg slots, and that would take 3 Borg slots.
This ship is terrible, you guys.
But still, if you only take the 1 and 2 point upgrades to try to actually get a real captain on the ship, like, tactical drone and, well, let's say Magnus Hansen or something like that. I mean, with those 8 points, that's 4 upgrades that you can get. That this can do almost the same as a Blade of Hull Armor.
It's only the Borg upgrades, Will. Not Borg faction, Borg slot, isn't it?
Yes, but you can still, if you're using the cheap ones that are generally get you back stuff from discarding things like drones. Magnus Hansen's a 1 point upgrade that he can just fit on there because why not?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Especially if you have something that reduces point costs. Then again, you won't have Tactical Cube 001 and Resistance is futile too, so it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, if you put scavenged parts and hive mind on the same ship, you can fit Queenie on there. 5 points. Not Tac Cube Queenie. Not this. Not prize ship Queenie. There we go.
Not the one that we haven't looked at yet.
Yeah, Queen Vessel Prime Queenie, which is actually not that great. Never mind.
So yeah, if these new rules stick around and we're limited to 50 points or whatever you've got plus 8, if it's too big, then this could be a way to fit a mini kind of a Blade of Hull Armor on one of your Borg cubes and still have room for something else.
Or you could run Tactical Cube 138 and a sideboard. That seems better.
Or you could run both. Okay, maybe not really both.
No, you literally couldn't afford both in a sideboard.
Yeah, you can't afford both just with the 2 of them.
That is also correct. Don't run this ship.
But yeah, so, I don't know. Not terrible, but, I mean, which would you rather run? And I mean, in the restricted environment, we're not having good options anyway. In this basic, you know, build whatever you can build kind of thing. This or 138.
138 for a Blade of Hull Armor, which is just better than ability.
Hey, I would take this if for some reason I wasn't running a Blade of Hull Armor because, well, it works. Because you know me, I'm a big assimilation tubules kind of guy. But yeah, so
sure.
that is our cube right there.
Okay, actually, wait. Here's the thing I could see. Assimilation tubules as a one-shot use on a generic captain, that's going to be 8 points. Then you can discard it to cancel a hit later. All right, I see that. I still don't think it's worth it.
Oh, Outbound is asking about the new rules. Last week we got the official hand-me-down from WizKids that the new suggested tournament format limits each ship to 50 points. Or if they start with 43 or more points than just the ship, you can get 8 points worth of upgrades, even if it goes above whatever. So
you also are required to run 3 ships. We at State of the Federation cannot emphasize the word suggested strongly enough.
none of us like it.
None of us.
But if it happens in your venue, you gotta be prepared for it. So we will definitely be touching on builds that follow those restrictions, as well as going into other ones that might not be quite as restricted. So yeah. Let's see. Moving on for the next part of the prize ship, we've got a slew of repeat Borg upgrades. We've got Borg tractor beam, Borg missile, and the cutting beam. All of these cards we've seen before.
You don't even get new art.
No. Borg missile's got new art, doesn't it?
No.
No, it's the same.
Oh, I thought Borg missile had Voyager on the other one. Oh well.
No.
So you get a reprint of all these. These are nice basic upgrades to have if you didn't get a second cube already. So I'm okay with that. I mean, we don't really need that many grand prize cards that are worth chasing.
Agreed.
Too bad there's one in this pack that absolutely changes the meta and you need to get anyway.
Yeah. But continuing from there, Borg tractor beam, cutting beam, Borg missile. We've all gone over those before. Borg missile is great. The other two, eh. We have our commander in chief of the Borg fleet. We have Borg Captain Queen. Not an admiral version. Now this is our 3rd incarnation of her, almost as many as Worf. At the start of the game, she gets 9 drone tokens, highest drone captain yet. She adds a Borg upgrade slot to your upgrade bar, and as an action, she can target a ship at range 1 and spend 6 of her drone tokens to disable 2 upgrades of your choice on the target ship. She costs 6 points, comes with a talent slot. Overall, I like it. I like a free Borg slot. Borg slots are nice.
My favorite thing about this one is how absolutely ridiculously, hilariously good it is with sideboard. She gives you the slot, she blows her load, she switches out, and you never think about her again.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice. It's also a nice way to finally get Borg slots on non-Borg ships now that we have this, and also the Borg Alliance card from the Avatar of Tomed.
Tomed.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, somebody else talking of that. No, I'll save it for Resistance is Futile too. It's relevant there.
Okay. But yeah, you know, free Borg slot for no additional cost or slot is not too bad on a 9-skill captain. She gets all the uses that require spending drone tokens in a pretty good way. And her action is really something you're only going to want to use once anyway. So disable 2 upgrades of your choice on the target ship. It's useful for people that like to run a lot of Cheat Death, or Weyoun and Varel, or can't disable Weyoun, but it can disable at least like Varel and Lenalis or something, providing that it's not completely protected by cost and stasis and dispersion field.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, you can sideboard Weyoun, put this woman on a ship, put dispersion field on that ship with cost, and then sideboard her right out again.
So you can have dispersion field and cost on any single ship you want.
Yeah, I mean, we could already do that with Borg Alliance, but this is a heck of a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm. And it gets you the sideboard, so you have other options too.
Mm-hmm.
In Faction Pure, I like her on the Scout Cube. I'm really liking Transwarp Signal as the first one, and then being able to throw like Scavenge Parts or Dispersion Field as a nice little secondary Borg slot on a Scout Cube isn't the worst thing you can do.
Oh yeah, until we get a full ruling on Transwarp Signal, that's going to be a powerhouse of a card.
Oh yeah,
that's correct. Yeah, it's only 1 per ship, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's probably a good thing.
You can fit 3 on Scout Cubes. Probably won't be running 3 Scout Cubes though, but I've seen people coming up with these lists.
I don't know. I mean, I could see 3 scout cubes. Nah, maybe 2 scout cubes. I don't know about 3.
Compared to all the other ships in the standard-y kind of game, they are definitely not too bad. Like if for some reason if for some reason in your venue that spheres and cubes and octahedrons might be restricted or banned in some way, shape, or form, the Scout Cube is still a pretty darn good ship that's more on par with every other faction.
Sure, and I mean you can also use things like flagships to improve the chassis quite a bit.
Indeed. Let's see. Next up, we have Command Interface. It's our elite talent, 5-point Borg. After you roll a die for any reason, you may discard this card to re-roll that die once. Upgrade cost +5 if purchased for any non-Borg ship. This seems familiar. Didn't we get something in Avatar of Tomed that did the exact same thing?
Yeah, except this is worse. I'm sorry, I have very few kind words for most of the things in this pack.
Yeah, it's Vox.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother with this one.
So, yeah. I will say that I probably like this to go with a fleet captain to get your free talent. Better than most of the current Borg Elite talents that are out there.
That is a good point. And it is one that can be used without drones.
Right.
Most Borg Elite talents don't have that stipulation or that advantage. So yeah, there are some uses to it. Not many, but there is that one.
Hey, if it can save you from a warp core breach, it's worth it.
Warp core breach, first roll. Darn it, let me re-roll that. Warp core breached again.
Well, then you were destined to die.
So. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Destiny. All right. Next up on the list, we have a Borg upgrade, 6 points, the Borg Maturation Chamber. Action, discard this card to add a number of drone tokens to your captain card until you reach your captain's starting number of drone tokens. You cannot exceed your captain's starting number of drone tokens. Well, this is nice if you've already blown like all of your 9 tokens from this queen, or more likely the 8 tokens from the other queen.
Yeah.
But it takes a Borg slot.
Yep. And it's one-time use, yes?
Yeah.
Yep. Discard and just refill your captain.
And having just run the skill 8 queen, at most I used 3 drone tokens from her. I wasn't hurting for actions.
Yeah.
I could see maybe using this in a heavy assimilation tubules kind of deal, or with
Croesus Goval, if you had to be faction pure to keep those drones and spending the tokens, but at that point you're better off finding other ways to use them.
What was the upgrade that came that lets you use drone tokens from another ship?
Access terminal.
I could see some kind of double assimilation tubule build with this on Queen 8 and assimilate the terminal on the other one.
This costs 6, right? So it's too big for a Scout Cube. So
yeah.
Unfortunately.
I don't really. I mean, what am I gonna put? Well, you know what though? Assimilated Burrell.
The new ships are with even assimilation target prime. You know, they're cheaper and they can take the Borg slots. So we're not limited to either Scout Cube or Sphere and nothing in between. We should open up a couple options and hopefully get to see some assimilation target primes on the field. I just want to play with one, man. Yeah, after this we've got Interplexing Beacon, another Borg upgrade, costs 3 points. When attacking a ship at range 3 during the Modify Attack Dice step, you may disable this card and spend up to 2 drone tokens to reroll a number of your attack dice equal to the number of drone tokens you spent with this card. And no ship may be equipped with more than one interplexing beacon. I don't know. I don't think it's too bad for a 3-point upgrade.
Read it to me one more time.
When attacking a ship at range 3, you may spend 2 drone tokens to reroll up to that many dice.
Once?
To disable. And once.
So it doesn't work with arguably the 2 most popular Borg captains. Well, it doesn't work with the tactical reroll drone.
Which is the best Borg captain.
And the free action queen is typically scanning and target locking. So
yeah.
Magnetometric charges, what's the range on that?
1 to 3, I think.
Is it 1 to 3? Because if we can do it at range 3, you can combine it with interplexing beacon on a scout cube, and I think that wouldn't be too terrible.
I can also do that with a tactical cube, Will, or a tactical drone.
Yes,
but you could do this with a queen.
Yeah, the guided charges are range 1 to 3.
So that is a possibility. But, you know, just like Tucker said, there's still the basic tactical drone you can use for this instead. And
Which I would rather do in every circumstance.
Well, with the queen, I'd at least get to shoot earlier. Not sure if that's a matter of import at the moment, but it's a thing. And it could be fodder to throw into the to Tac Cube 001's regenerating furnace.
You know what the best look? You know what the only thing I like about it is?
What don't you like about it?
The only thing I like about it.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not a fan of this card. I would rather just use. It takes a Borg slot, for crying out loud. But the only thing I like about it is if I am playing Klingons and my captain is Worf and I blow up the ship with interplexing beacon, I can shout "Assimilate this" as I do it, and it's great.
That is from the movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which, by the way, WizKids missed on all of this. Between either this pack or the Enterprise E, they should have had a card that said "Assimilate this."
Yeah, that's true. I'd rather have that than Doherty. Insurrection got referenced, but First Contact. I guess it was Ahab, the card.
Yeah. Anyways, Borg Data.
The very last card of the pack, and that's the one that we're all going to want.
Yes.
Data, a 4-point Borg upgrade. A crewman. As an action, target a ship at range 1 to 2, spend a drone token, and disable the captain card on that ship. You also get a scan token beside your ship as a free action. Chang, sorry, you're out the window. It was nice knowing you.
Oh, where was the thing I made? Oh, I didn't make it. Will, I was this close to making a stop trying to make Chang happen thing, and now I'll never get to use it.
because Data does what Chang does better.
Yeah.
You do need to be able to spend drone tokens, but there are still ways around this if you don't really want to run like a queen of some sort on your ship.
Well, speaking of which, Data may not have gotten along with the Alpha Queen, but he is best friends with the Delta Quadrant Queen.
Admiral Queen?
Yes.
Yeah. Because requires you to spend a drone token. Admiral Queen says you don't have to spend, you can spend 1 less drone token, so that makes him available on any ship with any captain you want.
We are the Borg. The Borg are just better.
And if that wasn't enough, not only do you get to disable a captain, you get a free scan as a bonus.
Which, by the way, is taking the scan action relevant to, say, Janeway?
Well, you could take a scan action and then use this to get a free scan token, so it would be different scanning places.
No, it says, read me the last line again.
Then place a scan token beside your ship as a free action.
Oh my god, I misread it. I thought you were taking a free scan action. Yeah, this is even just more stupid. Good god.
So
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? Romulan pilot ruling. Which way did they go with that?
It's not a scan action. It is a free action to place a scan token.
Okay, you're right. That's stupid.
So now with Janeway and officer cards, I could potentially pretty easily get 1, 2, 3, 4 scan tokens, maybe 5. Cloakers, what did you want to do? Did you want a cloak? I'm sorry, no.
Then make them all -2 with science officer or whatever.
I can get 1 with -2 for science officer, 1 with T'Pol if you really wanted to, but let's be honest.
See, we're having that argument. It just I guess we're on the opposite sides of that argument too.
Oh, you think it counts for all of the science or the scan tokens?
I think that is a perfectly reasonable understanding of it.
-10 defense dice, you're really going to go that far?
Please tell me there are not things that are that stupid in the game. Say it with a straight face, I'll wait.
That there are what, 10 defense dice ships?
That there no, that there are please tell me that is the stupidest thing you've ever heard happen in Attack Wing. Try and tell me that with a straight face.
What, -10 attack dice?
Yeah.
Or -10 defense dice?
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the bright side, it brings back the old standby that I almost threw out into the garbage and burned when I got the starter set, which was Artificial Quantum Singularity.
Did you just seriously suggest running Artificial Quantum Singularity?
One of my guys has started running it as a counter to the guy who uses officer cards, gets -5 defense dice whenever he attacks, and basically cuts through his Romulan cloak because he wants to play Romulans.
Well, he's going to be happy when the Scimitar comes out, I guess.
Oh, he's very happy.
Yeah.
He's loving it. So yes, that card might actually start seeing some use again if people start going with this absurd number of scan tokens, which they can also spend for evades with the science officer resource.
Yeah.
And Data just lets them get another one.
Yep.
We totally didn't get off topic there at all.
Hey, yes, absolutely correct.
Let's see. The only one thing left that I want to say about this one is we did not see a picture of the cube yet. The cube in the preview on WizKid's site looks like it's painted some kind of cool Borg neon green.
You say cool, I say butt ugly.
But it's green. You're supposed to be the Borg lover here, man. Come on.
Yeah, no, I love the Tac Cube. I think it's great. Throw some LEDs in that and it looks great. I don't need it painted like ugly green.
Yeah. I say repaint, so it's all good.
Yeah, but we're not that kind of show, right?
But I'm that kind of painter.
Then I'm gonna mail. Then you should come visit me and paint my ships for me because they all look terrible.
I've tried painting some of my ships. They come out all right.
Oh, and that's where I'm at. I'm by no means good. I just make them unique.
I've got my black Shadow Fleet, black, purple, and gold Borg Enterprise and Miranda class and weird things.
That's definitely unique.
It is mine, and no one can take it from me. All right. Any final thoughts on our grand prize for our Resistance is Futile OP events storyline?
I'm glad that it's not... There's no generic card that screams multiples to me, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Everything in here is pretty much unique, or you've already got it, or he's got a retail release.
If you're scalping this on eBay or whatever, you're getting it for Data and maybe Queen, and I am so okay with that. Which
is nice because the last prize, which was a Simulation Target Prime, was not a pretty that big of a game breaker either. You know, there was maybe 1 or 2 cards you really liked in it, but they weren't necessary. And this is also
Correct.
and it's also good to fill that slot of a second cube if you didn't pick up a second one.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're winning a grand prize series, you probably have a second cube. Just going to throw that out there.
Good old cubes. Hey, okay, let me rephrase that. It's going to save me having to buy a second cube.
Nice.
All right. That was TAT Cube 001. Next up on the agenda, Resistance is Futile 2.